Okay, so I decided we're gonna do this little part 3 here. I decided I'm gonna, rather than doing the usual half hour, and usually do the usual 45 minutes to an hour or so. I'm going to just keep this around a half hour. Do a short one tonight. So I just said the incense sled story. I just remember that whole incense sled story. And yeah, it was one of the stupidest things I've done. Yeah, I want you to know that I am not like most people. I'm stupid. In fact, a lot of times my mom will ask me a hypothetical to try when she's mad at me. She'll ask me a hypothetical like, "You wouldn't like that someone did so and so to you," and I'm like, actually, like for example, I was smiling when she was yelling at me like, "You wouldn't like it if someone's smiling at you while you're yelling at them," and I said, "Well, first I'd ask them." First I'd ask them why they're smiling, and then depending on their answer, I just let them keep doing it. I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You told them to stop. I'm like, really, you don't know. You don't know me. Like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've lived with you for 18. Like, yes, I do. I've lived with you for nearly 18 years. Yeah, but clearly you don't know me enough. Yeah. So, yesterday, I went on a walk. I went on a walk, and there's in my I live next. I live on a corner No, not at in a corner. I live in a house near a corner. So there's like a street next. So there's like near an intersection in the neighborhood, and there's a space, one one that leads to a school that's like right in the middle of the neighborhood, and the other that leads and another that just leads like down the street my house is on, and down another street into the exit. And I was walking, and then I'm going back home. I'm gonna head back home, and this speed limit. I don't know what the speed limit in my neighborhood is, but the sign says, but the sign up there says. So the sign says like when school zone light is flashing, don't drive faster than 25 or something like that. And so someone was going really fast. I looked over across the street. This guy was going so fast. He was zooming down the street. So I'm just walking, and then I hear when I see the car, I see the car. I'm in the middle of the street. I'm just walking because it's a casual walk. And then it went into a casual stroll, turned into freaking Death Race 2000. And I'm running. I freaking balled it. And in the car, like I'm in the way. I'm just thinking, you're driving way too fast in a neighborhood where there's plenty of kids who play. Oh my goodness. Oh. During my walks, I see I often I often walk past this one house, and there's usually a truck parked outside with all these stickers on the back of the window there. He has some band stickers on there, three of them. The guy has a Pantera sticker, which I get the appeal of Pantera. I don't really like them. I like the more thrash metal period in the late 80s. Yeah. And I don't really like their stuff from like Cowboys from Hell and onwards. And then he has a Slayer sticker. I don't really like Slayer. I get the appeal. But I just don't really like him. And then he has a Cannibal Corpse sticker. And that Cannibal Corpse, It's not just a band I don't like. It's a band I don't get the appeal of. I understand like the music is fast and aggressive, and I understand how like a lot of people who like thrash or more extreme metal might like that. But the guy is just he sings in a Pearl Jam kind of style. A lot of people who aren't diehard Pearl Jam fans know what I'm talking about when I mean like singing in a Pearl Jam style means you sing in what you sing to where nobody can understand what you're saying. Like my dad was one of those guys who would buy albums based on the album cover, and I mean, like, I guess I inherited that from him because I got into Yes because I bought some of their one of their albums based solely on how cool the album cover looked. Thank you, Roger Dean. Anyways, he was one of those guys who liked to buy albums based on how the album cover looked back in the day, and he saw like two Cannibal Corpse albums there on the shelf. He thought the name sounded cool, but the album covers were covered up by a sleeve that you could only uncover by buying it. He's like, whoa, what do these covers got to look like? They got to cover them up, and one of them shows like babies getting butchered or something like that. And he thought it was like the most metal thing. So he puts on the album and listens to it, and he can't understand a word of what the guy's saying. And my dad told me he reached out, he reached for the booklet, and he tried to read it, and then he couldn't even understand what the guy was saying, even with the booklet. Like he could occasionally make out like one or two words. And I listened to Cannibal Corpse, and I thought like I kind of felt similarly about the vocals there. Another band with the vocals like that is what am I thinking of? It's Les Claypool's band. Primus. I just hear Jerry's a race car driver. If someone's called Jerry's a race car driver, I would not be able to tell that the song is. I would not be able to. If the only words I can make out are Jerry was a race car driver, and I wouldn't even be able to figure that out if the song wasn't called Jerry was a race car driver. Les Claypool is a talented as heck dude. I've heard him in a what's it called, like Oysterhead or something like that. That one band he did with the drummer for the Police, Stuart Copeland, who is an awesome guy, by the way. Stuart Copeland is awesome. Check out Gizmodrome if you want an example of just how awesome Stuart Copeland is. And Les Claypool's good there, and what the band what was it, the Claypool Lennon Delirium, his band, and with Sean Lennon, that's a good band. And Julian Lennon, son from John's first marriage, had like a few decent small hits in the 80s. And it's cool, I think he's largely stopped doing music. Whereas Sean Lennon, like 15 years ago, started his music career as like with rebooting the Plastic Ono band at Yoko Ono. I told y'all I don't really like Slayer, but I saw this cool Slayer-related thing on YouTube. So now there's this famous video footage of Yoko Ono just moaning and screaming into a mic, and someone just put that over an instrumental of a Slayer song. So it's just like this fast, aggressive Slayer music put to Yoko Ono going, whoa! And I'm like, oh my! I was on the floor. I was about on the floor laughing. And that someone is me, by the way, put in the comments, because one of my friends joked about a vibrator that vibrates to the tune of what vibrates to like the beat of whatever song you're listening to, and someone's like and I put like Yoko Ono using the vibrator that vibrates to the tune of whatever beat the song goes to. And that's probably the most liked comment I ever put on a YouTube video. I got like 20 or 30 likes on that comment. Yeah, if that's the bar I set, I'm a real. If that's a bar I set, I'm a real achiever. Now I'm an achiever. Ugh. You're probably all wondering where's the next episode of 3 of a Perfect Pair is. Well, I kind of stopped working on it. I haven't worked on it like 4 months. Still coming up with joke ideas for it, though, that I want to put in at some point. I still come up with joke ideas for the series I want to put in at some point. But, think of the first episode not as, like, the first episode of a full series, but a pilot. And you should retitle it the pilot. I'll retitle it the pilot on YouTube. Probably not. I'm a lazy guy. I need to get a drink. I'm a big now I've gotten into heavy metal over the last year and a half. You can thank Rainbow for that. You can thank Ronnie James Dio and his band Rainbow for that. Rainbow's simply Richie Blackmore's band, but that's beside the point. Okay, I'm correcting myself now. This is why my oldest brother keeps going like, "I'm gonna beat you up if you don't shut up," because I'm always correcting him on like the minute details. Like, Original Misfits is gonna be at this. Original Misfits is. The original lineup Misfits is going to be at this Is going to be a headlining act at this festival. Actually, it's not the original Misfits because the drummer they have is not the original drummer, and Doyle wasn't the original guitarist. And he goes, "Will you shut up? It says the original Misfits on the thing," and just a minor correction really made him mad. Yeah. And so, oh crap! I forgot what I was talking about. Insert meme of Charlie of 2.5 Men with I think I forgot something, and Charlie Sheen going like, "Oh, you forgot, wasn't important," and then Charlie Sheen and then the guy's like, "Yeah, you know what, Charlie Sheen, you're right." That's right. Yeah, I've been getting into heavy metal over the past year and a half, and I listened to a lot of. I've listened to American heavy metal bands. I've listened to American heavy metal bands. I've listened to British heavy metal bands. Because British heavy metal kind of came from Britain. Bands like Deep Purple and Black Sabbath. Especially Black Sabbath. Definitely Black Sabbath. And I listened to a lot of and so I started listening to heavy metal from other countries. Germany with like the Michael Schenker group and Halloween. And I started listening to Japan and Halloween, Gamma Ray, another German metal band. And I listened to I started listening to a Japanese heavy metal band called Love Bites, because I thought the idea was cool. A power metal band fronted by nothing but women, like we do an all female power metal band of women who actually played their own instruments, not like what's a good female led metal band? Butcher Babies. 2 girls, and they have a bunch of dudes playing their instruments for them. Yeah. Love Bites is like 6 girls who all play their own instruments. No, it's 5. Yeah. And I became a big fan. I told my dad about it. I think I should check out Loudness. And so I checked out Loudness, and they're pretty good. And I went over this, the Anthem, the Power Nude, and all that. Check out them. And so my brother called me a weeb just on the grounds that I listened to Anthem and Loudness around him. He said that's kind of weebish listening to them, despite the fact that Loudness had very mainstream success here in America. And so eventually I got really tired of it. So I was on the phone with my dad, and I said, "Just listen." And I explained to him what a weeb is, and I told him, "Just listening to those man making a weeb," and he said, "Does listening to Halloween and Michael Schenker make you a kraut?" I'm like, I guess not. I didn't know what the word meant when he said it. I had to look it up. But it kind of really shook me out of my funk that my oldest brother imposed. In fact, Hellman's releasing a new album. I'm really excited for it. Album artwork's absolutely beautiful. And if I'm saying that for an album artwork not painted by Roger Dean, you know that's high praise. Ow. Yeah. One time. Okay. I'm gonna leave you all one more story about me before I go off to have some dinner. So, I go to the summer camp called Lutherhoma often. Or I did. I'm too old now. I think it was my last trip there. We stopped at McDonald's to the van. We were on a giant van. The van ride there, we were all on a giant van. Me and some other kids from the church all piled into one van. I had two friends with me there, and one of which and I were playing. We were nearby. Okay, cool. Finally, get a chance to eat, and then he shows me he's playing. He has his DS Lite with him. He was playing some Harry Potter GBA game on there. And he took it out, started playing Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, and he's like, and he gives us one level, and he's like, check out the music in here. And so he's has he put on the headphones, and all I hear is these noises of like the cartridge, the kind of sounds you expect, like you removed the cartridge partially midway through playing in a GBA. Those kind of noises. Those grating, pixely ear rape noises all through his headphones at like really loud volume, and I thought he was messing with me, so I'm like, yeah, real good stuff, love this. And I'm being a little joking and telling him like, yeah, really good, awesome, classic stuff. And he looks at me weird. I thought he was joking with me, and then he puts the headphones on and starts laughing. Like, I didn't even know it was like this. And then we finally stop and we go to McDonald's. And I'm excited. But I get my order. I clap my hands and simultaneously pop the ears of everybody around. And they all just got so upset with me. Eric, well, don't do that. And I'm like, what? You pop my ears with that? And everyone's like, yeah, you pop my ears too. And I'm like, oh my gosh. For the next few months, I thought I had a superpower where I could clap at some frequency that could pop ears. Let me get it right. Ah! I did it though. Okay, well, left ear's already popped earlier. Okay, no big deal. But it's okay. I'm overthinking. I have the power to pop people's eardrums pop people's ears with the clap. I now think I'm now under the delusion that I'm a superhero named Gastrointestinal Man, and my power is that I've drinking so much cola, eaten so much burritos that now my digestive system is supercharged, and I will leave a skid mark on any toilet, and that I will indeed that I can indeed fart on command. And now I just have like a supercharged digestive tract that can make me burp at will as well, and I'm just like this super awesome gastrointestinal man. I attribute it to not just the cola and the burritos, but also the radiated X-ray examinations of my stomach I got when I was 12. It actually happened, by the way. The radiation on my digestive system was. I get a freaking ultrasound on my stomach to determine my gastrointestinal problems. Can you believe that? I get it from my I really get it from my grandfather. Who also has bad gastrointestinal problems. But I gotta get an ultrasound on my stomach. Imagine imagine this, a 12-year-old 12-year-old me getting an ultrasound. Yeah. 12-year-old me getting an ultrasound. Yeah, my mom drove back in my stepdad's truck, and I just was playing WarioWare DIY on the. Yes, I was like, WarioWare DIY is probably the game outside of Minecraft, obviously, because I've been building this big adventure map in Minecraft for years now, and it's still taking me time, several hours. I'm still working at several hours at a time on it. So outside of Minecraft, I've probably spent more time on playing WarioWare DIY. Oh, and not counting Fire Emblem Three Houses as well. Outside Fire Emblem Three Houses in Minecraft, I probably spent more time on WarioWare DIY than any other game. That game was life changing for me. That game was just awesome. Unleashed my creative juices completely. It was just fantastic. So great. It just I just wish Nintendo would make a sequel or something, or give us a WarioWare game on the Switch. Thankfully, thanks to a little survey asking like, would you pay $50 for a new WarioWare that they sent some of their customers. It's giving me hope that there is a new WarioWare on the horizon. And just think about how perfect it would be for the Switch. Well, this has been your episode of Picture That and Exhibition. It's almost 10 p.m. and I think this is a good stopping point after trying and failing to do this for about an hour or so now. Or beyond an hour. Counting all the failed attempts at this from earlier today. I will let you all be in peace. Have a great day. And I'll leave you with this beautiful painting. Just pause, look at it, admire, whatever you want to do. The end. Something.